morning, it's Vanessa from To the Brim. Squeeze a day. We're going to talk about indoor versus outdoor markets, and I'm going to give you a recap of my first year of markets, how it started and like how it's going, kind of a thing. My Wednesday market is about 6 minutes from my house. It is 7 vendors, under 10 anyways. And the foot traffic is usually people who are in that plaza shopping. It is, I would say that maybe once a month, I do pretty good at that market for a Wednesday. The other 3 weeks, I don't. And we're talking like $15, $50, like for the 4 hours that I'm there. The next day, I have a market that is 20 minutes away from my house, and it's a 3-hour market on a green in a small town. Same thing. There's a week where I didn't make anything. Sometimes I'll make $25. Sometimes I'll make $150. Hit or miss. But usually I have 1 good week and then 3 that aren't that good. My Friday market. This is the one that has changed the most. I've been doing this one since the beginning of June. It's a half hour away from my house. It's a 5-hour market. It is on a Friday during the day. So this is what I can tell you about that market. In the beginning of the summer, I did very well. This was my first market ever. I did really well at this market for a weekday. As the summer went on, I have done like crap at this market. I am so busy. I am so busy, and I haven't had a day off. I mean, I took my son's birthday off. I took part of Labor Day off, and that's literally it since I started doing markets. So in 3 months, I've had 1.5 days off. So I'm realizing as a business person, as a person building a business, I need to learn and grow constantly and evolve and things like that. And I'm realizing that this Friday market, it's an adorable market. I love the people, the other vendors. Everybody's really great. I do the marketing for that market. But I would say over the last month, I have probably made $150 at that market. You just sit there for 5 hours and make $15. That's $3 an hour. So if you want to break it down like that, we're not talking about the hour of driving time and the setting up and the breaking down. I made $3 an hour. I have so much to do. Like, I have so much to do that I do not have the time to drive an hour round trip. It takes probably an hour and 15 minutes in total to set up and break down to make $3. It's less than that if you want to figure out my whole time. It's probably $1.75 an hour that I'm getting paid. It isn't worth it. I am doing the harvest fair for that town. I haven't done the market in that town on a Saturday, and it's going to be a holiday weekend. So I'm going to give that a shot versus my normal market in a different town, which is always really good. I could have been throwing pottery that entire time. I could have been glazing pottery that entire time. I could have been doing ice dye. I could have been pouring candles. I could have been taking a day off. I'm not there for social time. That's not what I'm there for. So even though I enjoy the people that are there, as a business person, that's not a wise use of my time. I'm not there to chit chat. This week, I think it might actually downpour on Wednesday with gusty winds, so I might not even be able to do my Wednesday market, which kind of sucks because I was looking forward to it. But my Wednesday market and my Thursday market, I don't do well at either one. So I'm thinking of doing Wednesday 1 week, Thursday 1 week, Wednesday 1 week, Thursday 1 week. So I need to work that out. And the other thing is I need to realize that nobody's going to be mad at me if I make these decisions. If I don't go to a market, that's my decision. I need that time to restock. And I literally haven't had it. Like, I just need a day off. In summary, I need to make decisions based on my business. Indoor versus outdoor market. This is not about choosing to do an indoor versus an outdoor market. In an outdoor market, you have a tent, you have 10 by 10 worth of space. So your tables and your displays can be set up in so many different ways. Sometimes I do one of these where like this is I'm on a corner in 2 of my markets. Three of my markets. So you've got this and this. So you can set up like an L and people can come from either way. I have set up like this where people can come inside and look on the outside. I have set up like this where I have like a little nook where I can sit and wrap things, and then I have a little like L-shaped thing where I can set things up. I have been trying to figure out what am I going to do for the winter market, because I have a 7 by 7 space, not 10 by 10. So if you want to think about it, that's a lot smaller. And so will my 6-foot table work? It's 6-foot table, and then I have like 1 foot of space to like get in and out. I don't know if I want to do that. So I am trying to figure out as a potter, because that's my main thing that I'm trying to display, how can I set up this space in order to be visually appealing, not cluttered, professional looking, welcoming. And we have a secondhand store in my city, and so I think I'm going to go there later and see if I can find some display ideas. I saw on Pinterest that somebody had a couple of round tables, just those like round tables you screw the legs in, put a tablecloth on, just a cheap table, but once you have a tablecloth on it, who cares? Somebody used 2 of those. It might be somebody I actually follow on Pinstagram. Yeah, Pinstagram. I just invented that. Don't steal it from me. Pinstagram. I'm going to be rich. And then they had like wooden shelves with their pottery and stuff on it. The other thing is with a market, the inside market, I can leave my displays and stuff there. When you do an inside, whether it's a craft fair, holiday fair, harvest fair, things like that, find out what the space is going to be ahead of time. And it's essentially like a huge gymnasium that they've like made sections out of. And then there's like a rope to hang your sign. A 7 by 7 area where that's my space. And so now's the time to like try to figure out what I'm going to do. How am I going to hang my tie-dye? No fucking clue. How am I going to put my pottery? How am I going to do this? And I think that if I do something on each side, I can go up as high as I want. Whereas if I have the table in front of me, you don't want to have your shit in front of your face so that you have people looking at your stuff and they can't see you because your shelves are like right in front of your face, whether you're standing or sitting down. So I'm going to probably do along the sides, and I'll just sit. I'm thinking of getting like a tall director's chair, but they're like $120, and well, I'm cheap. And, so that I can see people. But so that's my word of wisdom for indoor versus outdoor market. Outdoor market's pretty easy. 10 by 10 tent, 2 or 3 6-foot tables, tablecloths, displays, good to go. An indoor market is so much different. We had a huge craft fair at a college that has closed by me, and it was the same thing. It was a big gymnasium. People were around the outside. People were in the inside. And now that I'm a vendor, I'm looking at it with different eyes. Like, how did the potters set up? And there was somebody who had like a tiered, like, here's a piece of like a platform. And then the next platform was a little bit smaller, and the next one was a little bit smaller, and there was like black cloth over it. That's a great idea. And I can build stuff. I'm the boss. I have a miter saw. I have a drill. Like, I have my own tools because I'm a lady. And so I'm thinking of doing that. But the other thing that I was thinking of is we have birch trees in our woods. And I was thinking of cutting a birch tree, part of a birch tree, or finding a log that has fallen off and cutting like slices of a birch tree, putting them up this way. So you've got like the log right here, and using that as the risers for a piece of pine. I can make a couple different ones at different heights. That would be really rustic. And I have driftwood that I could like put around. So I think I might do that. And then the other potter had things on a table and I think things on a shelf. and then like a little area where she was sitting. I kind of liked the way she did that. I also want to offer gift wrapping at the holidays because I'm going to have gift baskets, and people come around and they shop, and I just think that that would be like for $2 I can gift wrap people's shit. And I'm good at it. I'm anal retentive when it comes to that. I got that from my mom, curly ribbon and all that. So I'll keep you guys posted as far as because you guys have seen, any of you that follow me on Instagram or even on here, you've seen what I do at my farmers markets. Like, I set up a little different every time, but you get the gist of how I set up. And this is going to be completely different. So I will share with you what I do. It'll be the beginning of November that I start that market. So I'll be able to give you guys an idea before any of you do holiday craft fairs and things like that. And use my ideas. I'm okay with that. Use my setup ideas, my display ideas, whether you sell candles or whatever, pottery or butt plugs, it doesn't matter. Same kind of an idea. And so that's the tidbit of wisdom for today. And here's another tidbit. You're not going to make everybody happy. I have gotten myself into a situation where I have been, if somebody comes along, let's say, and they're like, oh, do you have such and such tie-dye in a kid's size? I don't. And instead of just saying, no, I'm sorry, I'm like, oh, I'll get that. I order it, I do it, I bring it to the farmer's market, and I never see that person again. And that's happened to a lot of people I've talked to. Like, they're like, yeah, you never see them again. Or they'll be like, oh, you should make a candle in this scent. And then you're like, yeah, okay. And then you do, and you work it into your line, and then like you never see that person again. Somebody came along and said, do you have such and such and such and such? And I said, no, I'm sorry, I don't. Somebody wanted plates. I don't make plates. I don't make plates. I've never made plates. I don't know how to make plates. I don't have plates. So I'm not going to, as I'm already overextended, be like, yeah, sure, I'm going to spend 35 hours learning how to make a plate. And then I'm going to have something that takes up a half of my kiln shelf because you might come back someday. No. I have one more custom tie-dye. I have a pair of medium overalls that I'm waiting on some orange dye. The other thing, time management. I made a list of the things that I needed to do while I was at the farmer's market. I sold out of Sugar House wax melts. I sold out of Mile Road wax melts. I haven't made those yet. I didn't make the Midnight Snack wax melts yet, and I wanted to try pouring a different scent. My chickens are going absolutely insane. And here's the other thing, because I'm an absolute lunatic. One of my friends found 6 chicks in her chicken coop because one of her hens hid their eggs. So I'm like, if any of those are hens, we'll take them. I've already taken to giving eggs to my relatives because we get like a dozen eggs a day and we're absolutely sick of eggs. So hi, Laura. Laura, you're going to get 2 dozen eggs every week. So start looking on Pinterest for some frittata recipes or whatever, because, and that's the other thing with like fresh farm eggs, farm fresh eggs, they peel like crap. So like you can't just like boil them up and like peel them for like deviled eggs or egg salad or something. Like you'll lose half the egg. So that's frustrating. But anyways, I still have not placed my Lone Star order. I'm sorry. My head's up my ass, but I'm going to do that. And I'm going to try out Chocolate and Suede from Candle Cocoon. I'm going to pour these, maybe not all of them. I'm not going to do summer scoops right now because it's not going to be summer, but this one and this one, I'm going to do samples for myself, let them cure, burn them, because that's how it goes. And this may be it for today. I'm not really sure. I have so much to do. But anyways, I just want to give you an update. So kiln is cooling. Candles have been poured. Wax melts have been poured and labeled. I have to do a bunch of tie-dye today. So that's my goal. I have 6 hoodies. I have a harvest. No. I have my regular markets this week, and then I have a block party on Saturday. Hopefully it doesn't rain because I don't want to sit outside in the rain for 10 hours on Saturday. Not just 5, 10. But anyways, I'll let you know how that goes. And if you're new here, subscribe, hit the like button, hit the notification bell so you know when I post, and follow me on Instagram at @ToTheBrimBT. You can follow my podcast channel at True Crime Studios. I have 2 episodes up so far. The second one, the audio editing is absolute trash. And I'm going to be researching episode 3 today, recording it tomorrow, posting it on Wednesday. And that's going to be, we're going alphabetically through the United States. We're going to Alaska this time. And I'm not going to do the Butcher Baker because I'm a blaze my own trail. And then we're going to do detours sometimes. So we're on our trip around the United States, but we're going to take detours if there's something else that I want to talk about, because I have ADHD and I can do what I want because it's my podcast. So I'll talk to you guys later. I hope you have a good time, and I don't have any more coffee. Squeeze today. Bye.